In episode 6 of Ahsoka, we finally saw Grand Admiral Thrawn make his return and his live-action debut, and it was awesome. I loved it, and I want to talk about what I think Thrawn's plan is, and why I was actually taken aback by the way that he acted, in a good way. First of all, huge shout out to Lars Mikkelsen for his portrayal of Thrawn. The makeup, the mannerisms, the voice was outstanding. His transition from voice acting in Rebels to live action was perfect in my opinion, and he looks great in the costume. I saw some people online mad that Thrawn is a little bit bigger or something than he should be, and I, just don't like to see or hear that. I think Lars nailed it. Alright, on to why you're here. For a while, I've really been wondering what Thrawn's ultimate plan is going to be. In the canon Thrawn trilogy, he joined the Empire largely because he wanted the Empire to be able to provide support to his home world and home people, the Chiss, against future enemies that may arise, most notably the Grisk. So, that's interesting, and Thrawn provided his service, and in return, he could count on Palpatine and the Empire in the future. Of course, as we know, Thrawn was sent off far into this new galaxy, far before any of that could happen, and even before the end of the Empire, before there was even hints of the Empire falling, before A New Hope, basically, so he missed everything. All he knows now, basically, is that the Empire has fallen. So, that's where we're at, and I'm wondering, when Thrawn finally does escape exile and makes it back to this new galaxy, which path will he take? And there have always been two paths that I've seen. First, the first one I thought, which I don't know if it's going to come true, Thrawn escapes exile and is not so much concerned with leading a new empire, but rather he wants to find his people, protect his home world, doesn't really care so much anymore about leading the empire. But as of now, I don't think that's the path that we're going to go down. Thrawn was extremely menacing in the Ahsoka episode, but there was a side of him that seemed like he was barely holding back anger, like an anger deep inside of him. I mean, his first line was literally Thrawn impression coming up. What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us. That was terrible, but the first line was really good. That impression was terrible. Almost like he has a need to get back and prove that he is truly worthy of being an heir to the Empire. There were scenes with Thrawn where his eyes and his mouth would really start to twitch, almost as if he wanted to break out of the calm demeanor and just destroy someone, or everyone. So I really think Thrawn is returning and fully plans to become the heir to the Empire, the new ruler, just taking it all for himself and doing what he has to do to protect his new rule and protect his people, rip apart this rebellion, now new republic, that played a role in sending him into exile, and prove to everyone that he is better. And he probably plans to take control of this empire and use it to help his home world. But he seems to want no part of being peaceful with Sabine, Ezra, even Balin or Shin, and the New Republic is such a mess, I can't imagine Thrawn will want anything other than to rip it apart and stand at the top. And why was he peaceful with Sabine and Ezra? Ezra's been on this planet with him for the whole time. Why is Ezra still alive? Well, Thrawn ultimately had no reason to kill Ezra. Sure, he could have got revenge when they first got here for Ezra sending him here, but what would that have done? Instead, he just let Ezra wander, and when Sabine showed up, there was a reason for Sabine to go find him. Basically, keeping Ezra alive played a role in Sabine and others showing up, so he could let Sabine go to find Ezra, and now has full intent on Ezra dying with Sabine at the hands of Balin and Shin. Thrawn was just ahead of, he had no need to kill Ezra, and now he will, along with everyone else. Something else I want to talk about, perhaps in another video, is what path Balin and Shin are going to take. My thoughts right now are that Shin will ultimately work with Sabine and Ezra, while Balin will have to choose between them and whatever is calling to him, the evil in the distance, which another thing I'm really curious about and want to look into more. Anyways, what do you guys think Thrawn is planning on doing once he returns to the galaxy? Is he going to go full-on heir to the Empire? Is it plans we don't yet see? Could it all culminate? That's a word. In this series? I don't think so. I think this series, as, this might sound bad, but I think it's actually good. I think this series is almost a setup to a movie where it'll all be settled. I would love if we could get a trilogy an Heir to the Empire-esque trilogy with Luke, Leia, Han, Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra, Hera, everyone, just like 3 movies. They're each doing their thing, trying to take out Thrawn, trying to stop the Heir to the Empire, and ultimately that's what leads to them going into hiding again and not emerging until the First Order. I don't know. That'd be cool. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.